talk about the RAS, also referred to as the RAS, which is short for the Reticular Activating System. I don't know if you know this, but I remember the first time I learned about the Reticular Activating System, it completely blew my mind. And that is this fact that we have a net-like group of cells and neurons in our brain that run from the central cortex all the way to the base of the brain. And its job or its main function is to determine what actually gets through. They say that our minds as human beings are being bombarded by so much information that we can't possibly pay attention to it all. As a matter of fact, they say about 11 million bits of information are coming our direction every single second. But most people on a conscious level are only able to process about 40 bits of information. So the question is, what 40 bits get through? And what about the other 10 plus million that get screened out? Who determines it? Well, the truth is we do. And that is the job of the RAS. So the RAS only lets through information that we have deemed as being important. And there's two types of information that get through: values and threats. Values and threats, folks. Those are the only two things that get through our reticular activating system. Everything else gets screened out. If you've ever been in a really crowded restaurant, it is your reticular activating system that allows you to block out all the other conversations and focus on the person directly across the table from you. However, if someone was to yell fire from across the room, it gets through. Also, if you even think you hear someone say your name, wow, that gets through too. Because those pieces of information are values, your name, or fire, a threat. And that's how this works all the time. We move throughout our world, we move throughout our day, and the reticular activating system is constantly screening information. But guess what? The reticular activating system actually never shuts off. It never sleeps unless we give up accountability. That's why even while you're sleeping, you can be in a deep sleep, but if you hear something that is disturbing, let's say you have a newborn baby and the baby begins to cry or cough, you wake up. Or if you hear a loud noise outside, even though cars are driving by all night long, you wake up. It's because the reticular activating system is always, even while we're sleeping, scanning information for values or threats. The last piece I would share on the reticular activating system is this. It is almost like a superpower when you use it for setting goals. The reticular activating system allows you to set goals that we currently do not know how to accomplish, because the moment that you set the goal, you've now given that piece of information new value. And as you go throughout your day, your brain is constantly scanning the environment looking for that information. It's almost like a scavenger hunt, right? You tell yourself that you want to go on a vacation to a certain place. You'll be amazed that everywhere you go for the next 24 to 72 hours, you will hear and see information about that destination or that location. That's the RAS doing its job, and that's when it's at its best. So when you understand about the reticular activating system, give yourself the freedom to dream about the things that you truly want, with the understanding that the reticular activating system will do its job to screen out the distractions and bring in the information that is valuable to your goal.